Hey everybody, and welcome to Pals Chat. I am your host, Gina Parker. I am here with my co-host, Ashley Jones.
Heyo.
Ashley, what have you been into this week?
I mean, I wish I could say something new, but I've just been inhaling whole chunks of Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, it's good stuff. The victims of the plane crash have bought the hospital and are now the board with the Averys, and yeah, it's good stuff. There's been some cheating, uh, there's some kids, and then there's that work-life balance, which I really I re I really understand. So, yeah, it's good stuff. I'm also reading a book because people do that still. It's the second book in a series. It's a historical fiction murder mystery with the well-to-do, wealthy Duchess who's doing the very unladylike task of solving murders.
Mm.
So the first book was Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lord, and the second book I'm watching it or reading. I'm reading it.
What you say?
I'm actually reading. It's a legit book with a cover and pages. All's Fair in Love and Treachery by Celeste Connolly. Highly recommend. Very good stuff.
Nice.
What about you?
Well, I watched the premiere of Grey's Anatomy and Monica Beltran got killed off. I'm devastated.
I
And
can imagine.
the fans aren't happy either. So there's a portion of them that found her incredibly hot and wanted her to make out with Amelia, and that never happened, and they feel betrayed. And then there's another one contingent of the audience that feels that it is too minor a character to have killed off in the explosion in the
Hmm.
hospital. So, no one's really happy. It's in neither nor.
Never, I feel like whenever a character is killed, no one's ever happy.
Hmm.
Like, I just don't.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, what did Christina call it back in the plane crash? Seattle Grace Mercy Death. Like, it's the deadliest hospital for the people who work there. Never get the satisfaction of the payoff. That's the
yeah.
thing of like these stories, and it's an issue with all my children as well, where it's like you might get all the buildup and then it just cuts off
Nothing.
somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you never get the satisfaction of like, well, at least I got to see them together and in love and all that stuff. You never get the
I'm starting to feel that way for Kelly Torres. Like, I just feel like when does she get her happy? Because like,
mm,
yeah, she has her kid, but like just all of her relationships are just so
hmm
awful
hmm
and end in so much pain.
hmm
Although I did feel like very like her character was very redeemed when she's like, I'm gonna dance in my underwear back in my apartment when
hmm
she kicked Arizona out.
Yeah, that is a good one. Oh, and if you do like Grey's Anatomy, people out there, there is a documentary called Anatomy of Lies about one of the writers of Grey's Anatomy who got exposed for a lot of shady stuff she was allegedly doing behind the scenes, faking cancer
What?
to stay on the show as a writer, faking that she was in like a abusive marriage when she was the one gaslighting her poor wife, allegedly, and yeah, taking credit for a lot of other writers' work because she could never finish her scripts because she was so sick, quotation fingers, except she would never had cancer. So
Wow.
it's an
That's
interesting
wow.
documentary. It doesn't even get into all the stuff that's been alleged against her, but it's
Huh.
an interesting watch.
That's crazy. Well, I feel like the shows that have creative genius always have some sort of dark cloud that follows them. It's like the big ones. There's always some hidden something. Like
Hmm
Seinfeld had its darkness and Friends had its darkness and like the big shows. It's like you can't have something that's that successful go on for that long and not have some skeletons, right?
Do you think the like messed up stuff comes with the genius stuff?
I think it's possible. I mean, especially considering the level of like interwoven drama, like that takes a particular kind of mind to come up with, like these sort of long-standing. I think it's probably also true of like the soaps, like
Mm,
just having these like long-standing, complex like dramas and tear aparts and back togethers, but also having. I mean, I think th the difference with Grey's Anatomy is they have the weekly patients and the
mm,
weekly plots. And then there's also like the long-standing overarching
mm,
plots. So it's like two layers because every episode is very like interwoven as well, like with the patients and then like their different stories, but their stories are told in that like half hour, 45 minutes. Whereas like the doctors that stay on, the medical personnel are like these long, complex stories that, where their characters get a chance to like change and grow and mature and then immature. And honestly, I'm very fascinated right now with Alex Karev's like arc.
mhm.
He was like super immature, kind of a horn dog, and like everyone wrote him off as kind of stupid and like lowbrow. And then he was just kind of mean to everybody. And then he like got this nice guy thing. And then he fell in love. And then she broke his heart. And then he was kind of gruff again. And then like he redeemed himself. And then he's like an ass again. He's just like back and forth and back. It's like,
Mhm.
I don't know whether to love him or hate him.
I do feel like he grows up a lot through the course of the show, especially from where he started. I watched some of season one again and I was like, oh my God.
Such a
Hmm.
range.
Hmm. I want to give shout outs because we haven't done shout outs to our subscribers in like a month and we got a bunch of new ones. So,
Ooh.
Xavier Jerome Bell.
Heyo.
Hey, what's up? You're great. Sharon Allie Ramroop. You seem smart. Ronald Roque 14. You seem great. Shrinkanth. Sorry, I said that name wrong, but don't let that diminish you. You're wonderful. Summer Mai. Very mysterious. I dig it. Tracy 510 dollar sign. I hope you have money. Seems like you like it. Omand Avlat Nafasov. Complicated name. I'm sorry if I ruined it. Not my intention. You seem great. Jennifer Gardner. You seem awesome. Aaliyah C. What's up? You seem great.
Hey.
All right. Thank you for everyone for subscribing. We'll try and be more on our shout out. Let's get into this week. So, everyone's been pushing Erica into dating because they're like, your relationship with Jeremy is weird. But she's like, I don't want to date anyone. I just want to be your friend. I'm gonna stop dating anyone else. And he's like, okay, he finally accepts her choice. And then there's some weird pushback for Woman of the Year. So this is like a contest run through Erica's magazine, but everyone is so weirdly competitive about it. And this woman, Cheryl Kodo, comes and like is like, you need to drop out of the competition. And Brooke needs to be kicked out of the competition because you guys suck. And it's like, girl, why you care so much about this random magazine competition? But I guess she does. So, and the last thing is Erica secretly reads Jeremy's dad's medical files. His name's Alex, and finds out he is much sicker than he's letting on. Meanwhile, over with Palmer and Nina and Daisy and that whole group. So Daisy is like, I think I have to leave town, even though she's engaged to Palmer and she's Nina's mom, because she's like, it's so painful. She doesn't want me around. I'm not sure I'm helping as much as I'm hurting anymore. I feel like I need to get out of her life and like leave town. And Palmer's like, oh no, my plan is finally starting to crumble. And so the guilt starts to get to him. And so Benny is trying to reunite Cliff and Nina together, and it looks like it's going to happen. And then Palmer decides to come clean because he doesn't want to lose Daisy and he feels like he's hurt Nina. So he calls up Nina's doctor that was treating her and is like, "Hey, you have to come back to town. I know I bribed you to leave town and stop treating her, but it's time for her to finally get better. She's not doing well." And he's like, "Well, you bribed me to leave, and so I can't come back a few weeks or something. I can't come back for a few weeks. I'm too busy. So you're just gonna have to white knuckle figure it out." And Palmer can't take it anymore, especially as like Nina's asking him questions. And so he confesses the truth. He's like, "Hey, the woman you know as Monique is your dead mom, who's not dead, Daisy, and lives with us, and you're married to Cliff Warner, and I've been lying to you." And Nina gets very upset and goes on a horseback ride, as we all do when we're upset.
Of
And
course. Doesn't everyone?
no, mm-hmm. I mean, we're Ashley and I, we get so stressed. We're just always on some horse somewhere. We're just riding through the plains all the time. This podcast is recorded on horseback, and gets in an accident on horseback because she was riding upset, and that's where we leave things with poor Nina in
Poor
the
Nina.
hospital. Okay, so what happened was Brooke did interview Solange. Solange kept rubbing her affair with Gilles in Brooke's face subtly so no one could on it, but Brooke knew. And so she smacked Solange across the face on live TV, and Brooke got fired. And Adam Chandler was like, "Hey, we'll rehire you if you just tell me what was going on, because it's not like you to haul off and slap somebody." And she's like, "No, I want my privacy." So Brooke has retreated off into the country, and Tom is worried about her. He still loves her. He goes and he brings their daughter Laura to her as comfort. And so things are going nice for them. They're having a nice moment. And then Gilles comes by and he crashes and he's like, "Brooke, forgive me. I love you, even though I had cheated on you multiple times in exchange for money."
For money.
Yeah. I'm like, "No, I love you. Take me back." And she's like, "No." That's where we leave things with Brooke. And that's it for this week.
Wow. A lot of things.
Winners
I'm,
and
I have
losers.
I have two winners that are competing for top spot, but I'm gonna say winner is Brooke for standing up for herself,
Mm-hmm.
even though it was in a very public fashion, and even though she lost her job, she stood by her values and didn't defend herself by throwing her ex under the bus and her in like Solange. So that was very classy and also not just like running back to Gilles when he shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Also really good. Loser, I gotta say, is Nina. It's like all like she's already been really sick, and then like her father's trying to gaslight her and separate her from her husband, and now he feels bad about it, so he's gonna ruin her life even more. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just rough. And now she can't even get the medical treatment she needs because her father paid off the doctor, and he's like, "No, I'm busy." So sad for Nina.
Fair enough. Who was your other winner out of curiosity?
Oh, my other winner was Palmer for finally fessing up.
Yeah, that's where I was going to. Yeah, I'm gonna give my winner to Palmer because he finally did the right thing. Um, and he wasn't immediately rewarded for it, so I can feel good about that. Props to it took you months, but you finally did the right thing. And loser, I'll go with Gilles because what are you even doing? Like,
What are you even doing?
were you really that into this relationship where you were cheating on your girlfriend the whole time? Why are you still showing up places? I don't understand. So, Gilles is my loser. All right, that's it for this week. Please like, subscribe, comment, support us on Patreon.
Buy our merch.
Thank you. That's it.
All
Well,
right. Well, bye.
bye. Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe. all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.